Hey yo, it's BTA Part 2 podcast. She's back. Cyrene, new friend, just met her today. Very interesting at debating. So, we were just we were just talking about something, and I didn't realize I didn't even hit record.
We're talking about math and how different countries have the different processes to get to the same answer, basically. So like for instance, so a lot of people on the streets, let's say, we're even talking about weed. We're doing grams, right? We're doing math for grams.
I teach people that the same way.
Move the decimal point. They're thinking, oh, we're trying to do multiples of 1.5, but I'm thinking, just do 15, move the decimal point and put it back in later.
Yep. When you have an eighth, it's 3.5 of an ounce. That's
right.
When you do the math, you're working in fractions.
Right. And then some people, when they're doing 1/4, they're not realizing it's 25%.
Yeah,
you can also do 75%, so you don't have to add it back in
But here's the thing: when you put weed in front of them and you say, "Yo, give me a quarter," they'll instantly do it. But if you ask them to give you 75 cents out of $1, they can't do it.
Exactly. They're not. So we're the type of people that connect all of it and think of it as one thing, right? Like we're very our perspective is different.
Like you just were showing me how you minus one finger, and then I figured out the easiest way. After 9, you said you do a 9. Yeah, that gives you 10 fingers.
So not a lot of people think that way, though. So we have more of like a wider, broader perspective where we're looking at the bigger picture, but not a lot of people are actually like that. They're thinking, okay, so when we're doing this, they're only focused on this thing. They're not thinking of, oh, what is the easiest, most productive, efficient way to do this? They're thinking of just this one little thing.
Yeah, when I was a kid and counting, I didn't I don't like to count in the order because then my brain doesn't like that. I'll look at it in the full and see it, and I'll be like, okay, it's 2 here, 5 there, 6 there, 7 there.
Right, and then they give you an odd number. Let's say you get $28 per gram. Just doing math.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 30. And just do the math easy in my head.
And then minus off the $2 each time. Yes.
Exactly. The 2 times, okay, let's say 3.5. So if I'm doing 3.5 times 30, I'm just doing it by 3.
Yeah.
3.5. I'm going to do about...
And then you add another half.
Right. But so many people don't think that way.
Yeah, like the simplest way, like if you're going to go to 100 and you're going to add 8 at a time, first off, just think 8 times 10 is 80. Very simple. Then you just add 20.
And figure out the 20.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's 16 and there's 4 left.
I have never met anyone thinking like that.
That's why I used to correct my math teachers. They get mad at me. I'm like, this thing answer. They're like, what's the answer? I'm like, it's that. Like, how'd you do that?
I failed out of math because I was stubborn, not because I was stupid.
See, my math teacher would he got so mad that I would correct him to the point where he would literally, he'd be like, dude, you got an A. You got a 90 on this test and you showed no work. You know, if you showed the work, you get an A plus. 100, I'd be like, yeah, but why? I don't. Why would I write it down when it's written down in my head? I see it. I write it down. Like, if I'm not cheating, I don't have the calculator. I'm not doing anything.
You also don't know the steps to get to that point. Your brain doesn't work that way.
No, it does.
For example, backwards though and write all of it down. Slow your brain down. Slow the way you think. And really process it that way. Because you're not going to put down on paper 8 times 10 is 80 and then do the rest of the 20. That's not putting on paper.
Yeah.
You're going to do the math a different way. So honestly, it takes more effort to stop yourself, think a different way, put it down step by step. And what's the point? Big Brother's watching? Because you're trying to control how we think and how we, the critical thinking of behind our math.
How would you do this math if you have it set up like this?
What is it? I can't see.
It's 102 times 24. And what would you do?
Times 24?
Yeah, I just picked random numbers. How does your brain decide what to do? Do you go left from right or right to left, and how do you carry?
I wouldn't carry at all. I would literally do 100 times 25.
It's so small. I'm sorry, the screen's really big.
100. Yes, thank you. Okay. So 100 times 24 would be 2400, correct? And then 2 times 24 is 48. 48.
See, I think about the same way, and then I also do this. So Just do 4 times 2. See, that's 2. It's actually 0. That's 2 times 4. That's 8. 0 times 2. That's 0. That's 1. You add another 0.
Right. It's the same thing, but just a little tweak.
Like it's like teaching somebody, what's 10 times something, and then what's 10 times 100. They can't just add a 0.
But how crazy is it that my immigrant parents, they both fully grew up, went to college in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
They moved to America about a year before I was born.
Have you seen the Chinese way of doing multiplication table? It's a new, it's something I know.
How crazy is it that we can get the same answer, but there's so many different ways to think about it? But also now the school districts are trying to control how you even think about it. That's the whole grading system too now.
So, just like you were doing the fingers.
31. And that's 32. Right?
We're matching numbers, yeah. We didn't get taught this. This is ingenious. It's literally
9, 2, and 9. Yep. Okay.
9 crossing, 3 crossing. It's very simple.
But isn't that the same thing as making a grid 5 by 5 is 25?
Yeah, but this is how they're taught math. Like,
Yeah.
We don't get taught this.
But see, it's so crazy.
So can you give me that answer? I don't want to have to.
So it's so crazy
So
that
loud.
these countries are trying to force the way our brain processes information like this.
Well, the
And
problem
this
is our
when
teachers are getting so lazy, dude. I was on OME the other day.
They're forced to do this. This is the curriculum. They have no power. I used to be an instructor. I had no say in what I taught.
So you
None.
can just do anything?
No.
You weren't allowed to just do it?
No. As an instructor, you have to
Comes in.
abide by the school,
We're talking about math.
by
and
the
other stuff
state.
now.
You have no say as a teacher.
No, I know that, but here's the thing: when you have a class, and dude, I was on OME TV talking with kids in school, and they're like, "Oh, our teacher lets us do it." I'm like, "Bullshit! Show me a teacher." The fucking teacher went on FaceTime with me on Omegle during class. I'm like, "What the fuck are these kids learning? What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh,
Are you recording, bud?
But
Yes.
they have to teach. They have to meet certain requirements.
I was about to smack the back of your head because you were holding it up like that.
They have to meet certain requirements because of state regents.
About to smack the back of your
yeah,
head.
dude. If you ever see one in my hand, I'm not.
State testing, state regents, right? They have to make sure that their students pass or they could possibly get fired.
And here's the problem with that they don't know enough to actually teach them the right way. They just read it out of a book. They don't even know the answers. They have to have answers in the fucking book.
I want to make
Every teacher's book has the answers in it.
Right, they have the answers in it.
That's
but
why I was
wouldn't
correcting my
say-
math teacher because he fucked up on the board. I was like, that's wrong.
I would more so say that they can find the answers on their own, but when they're teaching, they have to have the answers in the book to work at a pace to follow what the students are processing and be able to have the answer without them having to do all the math separately.
Yeah,
So they
like-
can still get the answer,
They
but
don't
then
have
the
to,
reason
they don't have to do the math themselves. They're just like, here's the answer.
right, but the reason your math teacher was wrong was because he was going off the book.
Oh no, he was a
but-
math. He was actually a really good math person. I saw his fuck up when he wrote it down.
Right, but everyone makes mistakes. But like, if
That's
he
why he
actually
didn't fail me, though.
slowed down
That's
and
why
did it by himself, though, he would be able to get the answer. Correct?
But that's why he gave me an A instead of an A plus because I never wrote down any. I just gave him answers, and he knew I could do the math. He knew I knew how to do it. I just too lazy
That's
to
not
write it down.
him. That's not him. That's the curriculum.
Yes, he had to take off points, but he only took off 10. He was nice because he knew
Right.
I was smart enough because I would.
Teachers have no power.
like
None.
Like I know this is like to me in my eyes that's red. That's red.
I had.
This is pink.
That's pink.
But
That's
like,
coral.
but like the type.
That's
the
coral.
The type
This
of,
is red.
This is red.
This is
like,
red.
this is what
This
I'm
is
about-
This is
coral.
this is like a
but
strawberry.
The only
No,
reason
that's a coral.
Dude, we're in the middle of having
yeah,
a actual.
no, I was gonna. Like,
I went to
so
art school for
was-
10
was
years.
big-
This is
was-
coral.
No, I know, but my eyes see like red. But like
You're colorblind.
I know it's pink because I know that shade of red means pink.
Okay, well,
It's
Pink.
not.
I don't
It's
see.
orange pink.
I don't see.
can,
pink.
can I ask you a simple question? We're in no
But
podcast,
it was towards her what she said.
but we're in.
Oh yeah, dude, I got you.
Like, if you want to be part of the conversation, don't just jump in and like say
have a
random.
seat.
Yeah.
I got you. I got one for you.
I don't have any more chairs. You grab one from upstairs. I only have two, and my air conditioner's on one of them.
But you understand? So, like, I never understood that as a student.
Yeah,
But
it
then
didn't make
once,
sense to me.
right. But once I became a teacher and I was realizing, so with any workplace, so even the boss, no matter you think, oh, they're being unfair. Oh, they're not giving me a raise because
Oh, no,
of this.
I agree
They're
with this
greedy.
because there was an episode of Malcolm in the Middle where he was like, it would be faster if I would break the boxes down right here next to the garbage bin. He's like, no, you have to go downstairs, break them next to the thing. That's the rule. He got in trouble because he's smarter, but he was faster and smarter, but broke the rule.
Right.
So
and
minus
sometimes
points.
it's not up to the boss.
Yep.
It's up to insurance policies that are covering them to keep them in business.
Yeah, like if you have a
State
beard and
policies.
if you go work at somewhere and you have a beard on, you're serving people food, you'll get in trouble if you don't have that shit on. Because, dude, I don't
Right.
want to have somebody's beard hair in my
It's an
fucking food.
right, but it's not even about what other people's opinions. It's
Yeah.
about state policies, insurance policies,
Health.
liabilities.
Health
Like
and everything.
right, like they could get sued for millions of dollars. You just think it's a simple thing of putting a net on your beard, but
In reality, it's
right, it's
people-
much bigger. It could be a possibility of $1 million lawsuit.
Yeah, like, oh my God, this is hair, this made me
Exactly.
choke, and it's disgusting, and blah,
And
blah,
not a
blah.
lot of people have the experience to be able to understand that concept.
Yeah, unless it's a self-owned place and, like, you're literally sitting there, like, you got a beard, and people watch you make the food, like, you're like, oh, you know what, I might get a fucking bear in my fucking food.
But that's even just based off an opinion. They're not thinking about it from the legal aspect of it, the
'cause
background.
Here's the other thing people don't realize, like, dude, if you touch stuff and you wash your hands and you touch the food, you're good. Like, people don't realize this is one thing that I hate. Like, if a guy scratches his nuts and then wants to fucking hit my fucking shit after just scratching his nuts, and dude, like, they go, sometimes when they go inside, I'm like, bro, you're not, wash your hands.
But how are they washing their hands is also a factor.
Yes, I know.
Because when my son was in the NICU, so they're very strict with their protocols.
Yes.
So you have to sit there scrubbing your
Yeah.
nails with a brush,
Yes.
right?
You can't touch anything. Yeah.
Nothing.
Nope.
You can't have even an undernail, like a like.
My nails are always dirty.
So
'cause
that's
I pack weed.
right.
Yep. It's always weed in
Hyponychium,
there.
that's called.
I just don't cut my nails. I don't do nail care.
Right, but you have to make sure you get every single germ
Yes,
caught under there.
Yes, because it'll go. Yes.
Right. So what if they're still washing their hands technically, but they touch your food and they didn't brush it to the extent that they need to
Like,
be
for example,
sterile.
like, this finger is always clean, but when I push down on this, it's weed, but it
You
looks.
can touch your phone. Your phone's dirtier than a toilet.
I know people don't look,
Pick your
dude.
friends.
It's
And you
disgusting.
can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Dude,
Actually, you can.
yes, you can.
I would pick your nose if you needed me to.
If they're sticking out, I'll just.
I'll wipe your ass if you needed me to.
Okay, let's not
Dude,
go there.
no, be real.
not while we're recording. We're having a nice conversation. Yes, we're doing. We said we're doing a podcast.
Yeah,
We're
we're
talking about
recording.
math. Yes, we're recording.
I have to come out.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Oh, so don't forget to give me my shirt back. Why did I have to get your shirt anyway?
So now,
I'll tell you,
people
I'll tell you
have,
after your podcast.
especially once COVID came around, right? Like now,
Everybody had to be home, and these kids are just
right,
learning
infection
anything.
control had become very, like, people had become very aware
The
of
Zoom
it.
calls, all these kids were not paying attention. They didn't learn anything. The teacher wasn't even trying to do
Right,
anything.
but what about gloves? How many people were putting on gloves, touching their phones, and then thinking it was still sterile, touching everything else?
Can I ask you something? Because this is something that I've told a lot of people, because a lot of people don't think about this. So after you take a shit and you wipe, before you wash your hands, what do? You put your hands back on, right? So you just touch
I
your-
don't touch it. I go straight in the shower.
If you take a shit, you take a shit.
Yup,
Well, I shit, my record is 25 shits in one day. I have severe Crohn's.
I don't care. I'm at least washing waist down.
I grew up-
How many times do I hop in the shower, Kat? In the how? When's the
Just by
longest
yourself.
stretch? What's the longest stretch you've ever been at my house?
6 hours.
Yeah,
6 days.
every time.
You're not allowed on her bed. either.
Nope.
Yeah. You have to
Oh,
leave
You
yeah,
outside.
step
You have to
even
leave
out the
outside.
front door.
See-
Not allowed on my bed.
One thing I will say is because I'm a sweater, so that's why I always leave that up. I sleep in the middle so people can sit all around the sides and my bed.
Fart, and you're not allowed in my bed. My boyfriend has to shower if he farts.
I don't sit on someone's bed unless they say I can. Because
No,
it's
he
for
lives with me.
people. No. Oh.
My
What?
ex-husband, I was married to him for 7 years. If he farted, I made him go wash his butt before he climbed back into bed.
You would hate me then.
But I also took
I,
infection
like-
control so many times because of the different certifications I have. I might be 27, but I have certifications in areola pigmentation, scar camouflage, permanent makeup, microblading, BB glow. All of these things are breaking skin.
Well, I know, but can I say something about so I shit so many times a day. My hands are always fucking clean, no matter what. Like they get washed like all the time. Every time I go to the bathroom, I wash my hands, and I go to the bathroom a lot
And I feel like everything I sit on is infected after I shit.
See, here's the thing: the way after I go to the bathroom, and my ass still feels like gross, so I wipe more than one time. Like I'll
Soap
go
and
back in the
water.
bathroom multiple. No, I use water and shit, and it's just it feels like it's not clean, but it's just like I get swamp ass.
Exactly. It feels like it's not clean. That's why I have to hop in the shower.
See, but with me, the thing is, when I go to the bathroom, I'm sweating. I'm sitting there.
That's why I'll rinse off my whole body. In the
And-
summer,
and
I
I-
take like 50 showers a day.
I wipe the toilet seat every time I go, no matter what. Like after you take a shit, you're sitting there, and people are like, "Well, my
With
ass doesn't
Lysol?
sweat." What?
With Lysol? What are you wiping the toilet with?
With water and a napkin. 'Cause
Okay,
it's just
so what
ass
is
sweat.
water doing?
Getting my ass sweat off and cleaning it with
But
water.
is it cleaning it?
Well,
Water just moves things
but
around.
it's not. But it's not poop. It's just sweat.
I know. But have you ever heard, like, seen the science experiment on when the lid is open and you flush it, how far those poop particles fly?
Yes, I know, and that's why I always make sure that I wipe the toilet seat off because the next person that comes does. No, I don't want
So you
like
do it before you flush or after?
after.
Really?
Yes,
But just water? How is that disinfecting it?
because I know that my ass is just sweating, and if there's poop on there, then I actually clean it. But that rarely happens.
But the poop particles that we just talked about,
It's water splashing up that lands there, and I wipe it after.
it's in the air.
Well, I'm not gonna fucking clean the air. What the fuck?
No. It's the air. The particles are in the air. So you can't see it, but it's all over. You see what I'm saying? Water
Yeah, but-
is not disinfecting it, though.
That's why. That's the same thing with air dryer hands. They think
Right.
it's
It's
not.
disgusting. It's a bio environment. Like, it's a biofilm.
I wash my hands and I let them. I don't touch stuff. I let them air dry.
I just shake
Or I might go like this, but that's it.
if my pants are clean.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm sweating, I got like when I'm on the computer playing games for a while, I go like this. Do I have my pants are fucking
Doesn't
rubbed
mean
off?
you have to be clean 24/7. But if you really truly think about how germs easily spread,
Well, like I said, dude,
everything's
people take
disgusting.
a shit and then they're in the public bathroom and they pull up their pants and they are touching all around here, pulling their belt, and then later they wash their hands. Then later they fucking touch the same spot with their dirty hands were there, and then they wash them. That's why, like, I go to the bathroom and I don't fucking wash my
I
hands
don't
first.
touch anything.
Yeah.
I literally sit on the toilet, and while I'm sitting, I will take off my pants and then go directly in the shower and wash waist down with soap and water.
I literally
before I
just
touch my clothes again.
I just
or
stand
get
up
new
with my
clothes.
pants down and then
Do you know
wash
how
my
much
hands.
underwear I have?
No, dude,
I switch it like 5 times a day.
I literally.
I've gotten a little better about it though, because like sometimes it's not healthy to be that way, be too anal about that kind of thing, because it's good for your immune system to be exposed to certain germs, right?
When I used to go outside every night without my jacket on in the freezing cold, and like I have such a crazy immune system. I get sick maybe once a year. When I get sick, I get really sick.
It's not about the cold.
It's building up my immune system.
It's about the germs. So when you're cold, you bundle up, correct?
No,
All the windows are closed, heaters are on.
nope. I'm the opposite. I
Most
like
people,
cold.
but that's why you're healthy.
Yes.
Most people, they're bundling up, the heaters are on, the air's not circulating, windows are closed because it's cold outside. So all those germs are entrapped. How often are they airing it out, getting fresh air?
But here's the thing, though. When you're in a room like this, and that's the only fucking window. First off, this all down
You
here.
can control it. I'm not saying you can, but there's also but I'm just saying,
That's why I
as
have
a
multiple fans
concept.
on to keep the air flowing, and it's
Okay,
not.
and you probably open this door when you can and
Yep.
get the air circulating. Most people don't do that, especially in the winter. It's summer right now. So it's easy to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's nice out.
Why? Well, here's the thing. Because of the backyard, opening these windows at night, a lot of bugs come in. So I always
Also, you're in a basement.
Yes.
So it's not always easy to do, but people aren't realizing that this is natural things, natural instincts that are affecting like things that we don't realize.
Yeah, like people that sit there and they always want to be covered up and they never want to get sick. It's like, dude, for example, the Chinese, they're very smart. During sick season, they all wear a mask, even though if they're not sick. Like, I don't want to catch your germs. I don't want to spread it. Smart idea. And it took us years to fucking figure that out.
Right. But it wasn't even about that. You remember, okay, so what the whole concept behind the mask is...
It's flu season. You don't want to get sick.
No. So it's not containing everything.
No, I know that.
Right?
But it's containing your cough and your breath.
It lessens it. But you have to use it correctly also to make it effective. And that's what the problem was when COVID first hit. Everyone was like, okay, well, masks aren't like 100% foolproof for this, and this for germs.
Yeah, especially because people were buying the crappiest things and you could breathe through them.
Right. But in China and Korea actually does that also because the air pollution is bad. So it's not just about sickness.
Well, yeah.
Or like germs, I should say. It's about
Airborne,
the pollution.
yeah.
Right.
Airborne shit.
So
like we
like,
living in New York City, we should fucking be wearing masks all the time because we're fucking stupid and we fucking.
Actually, it's way better than the pollution in Korea and China.
You think so?
Especially the pollution from China's factory goes directly into Korea.
Oh, yeah.
So they actually, more than they check the temperature of the weather, they check the air quality.
Yeah, because our factories aren't near the city.
Right, and we don't think about it because it's not necessary for us. But for them, it is.
That's why they started, I don't know if you noticed, but they started passing a law saying that every single pizzeria cannot use coal or oven fire. They have to put a $25,000 filter. That's not going to, dude, it's only pizza places. You'd have to put on every single place that cooks with anything.
Right, but if you think about it, you go into the city, how many pizza places are on one block?
Yeah, but here's the thing: they're not all coal-fired, and the places that are coal-fired, you're not going to get the same.
You're not going to start somewhere, though, right?
But you're going to charge people that already can't pay rent $25,000 more. Then they have to charge more for the pizza. Then people are going to want a pizza, and then the pizza's not going to taste the same because it's not the same oven. They have to replace all their ovens for $25,000 that they can't use coal fire anymore. And,
right.
And wood. Why can't I burn wood? What the fuck is wrong with burning? How's that pulling the air?
Go on forever. How life is not fair. But like there is no way. Like this is why there's lawyers, right? And the judging system, because there's always a loophole. There's always something around it. There's always something that they haven't thought of, or a new scenario, right?
They're thinking, hey, we have a bunch of pollution. There's a bunch of fire, burning things.
Right.
So maybe this will help. No, it's not gonna, dude. Cutting out
But
a
it's
tiny
also
bit.
not just them. They have
It's
to go
for the
through-
business plan.
No. I'm saying, how many people does one law have to go through just to get approved?
Well, I mean, think about how long it took weed to get legal in New York.
Exactly. So it's not as simple as, oh, we're just going to make this law for everyone or everything. Like they have to.
Oh, no, they passed the law already. It's for all
I
New
know,
Yorkers,
but
and they're fighting
how
it.
many people did it have to go through, and how many people? So for example,
that one was the governor.
pizzerias, you said that they
Yep.
didn't have that much money, right?
Yeah, like
So how many-
single owned?
Right.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're gonna have to spend $25,000. We don't have $25,000.
Right, exactly. But guess what? The restaurants that are making that much money and have the money to spend on that,
Yep.
they probably have an influence on the government or some kind of connection to prevent that from happening. So
They're fighting,
always
yeah.
always the small people are targeted because it's just easier to get things passed
Well,
when it's not being
and you know
fought.
why? And I'll explain that because the way you just said it. So the best pizza places, little cell phone businesses, hole in the wall, no chairs, a fucking Italian guy yelling at you.
Cash.
Yep, cash. You walk in, you get a fucking pizza, you get yelled at, you get cursed at. What the fuck you want? I want a slice. All right, give me fucking 3 minutes. I got you.
Right.
That's a fucking pizza place.
And
They
some
want
of
it-
them make good money because it's all cash, right?
And they like your customers. If they like your food, they walk
Now
in and
here's
out.
another perspective. How often do you think they're willing to put eyes on them because they're evading taxes because it's cash? So do you think they're going to fight a law like that?
Well, hold on. I do have one fix for that because I can argue that because Antonio's, they put a card reader. So you can tap it or put the card in and
Right. But they prefer cash because they don't have to report it.
yeah, but the thing is to get more customers, if you don't have that, but see, is it they're smart because if you order it, you can go, you can tip them, you can order it online, or you can have them deliver it. But if you go in, it's so much easier to do that, and
For
they're
us, it charges them every time a card is read. Plus, they have to
yes,
tax it.
I know. That's why most people don't get told. Like if they have a busy day, they won't tell people like, dude. This is the first pizza today, and it's going to charge me $5. I didn't make enough yet to.
Right. But this was a thing recently. A lot of places have been doing cash, no tax, right?
Yep.
It's not legal, but it is becoming more popular.
Because
that has been a thing tens of years ago with the Asians.
so I'll give you a good example. There's a beer distributor like by my house, soda distributor like Beverage Barn, at near my old apartment. It was snowing outside, and it was a blizzard. Nobody, they were there shoveling shit. I walked over there. It was like it's like down the block from my house, like the 2 or 3 minute walk, right? No one showed up. I went there, and I was buying like $5 worth of shit. I was like, I only got my card. He's like, bro, this is gonna
That's why
cost.
they have the minimums.
Yep. He's like, dude, I don't do this, but I will fucking do it. I was like, dude, I didn't know that you had a minimum. It is.
Sometimes they'll give you a warning if they're nice. Yeah.
If they have a good day, they don't care.
Right.
If they had no customers, and I was like, dude, I this is all I got, and I'm only getting $5 worth of shit. They're like, buy more. I'm like, I don't need more.
Right. But it
If
could
you know
also be
them-
the other way. And the risk they take with that is the next time you come in, you might be expecting the same treatment. So they could lose money possibly in the future. So most people don't think that far ahead though.
That's why I didn't even ask him. He said, you're fine, but if I had more customers, I wouldn't care because I know them. I lived there for 10
But
years.
you were willing to accept that explanation and you were willing to hear it. A lot of people aren't.
I even said, can you just spot me the beer and I'll bring you cash next time I come.
Right. But a lot of people aren't receptive to it. They won't even listen. They're only hearing, oh, I'm being an asshole. I just want to charge you. You know what I'm saying? But like you and I feel like we think a lot alike in certain
You
ways.
just went really loud.
Sorry. But we think a lot alike in certain ways in considering other perspectives that are possibilities.
Just like we were talking about math.
Even if we don't we don't think that way, we consider that there's a possibility of another thought process.
For example, when I met you and you were screaming like a maniac and I came in, I got you down here and now we're doing fucking podcast and you're fucking
I
calm.
told you should have just told me to shut the fuck up. You're trying to record.
Yeah, I know. And they
You could have.
I know, but dude, the fact
But
that
most people wouldn't have accepted it.
see, when we said we were going to come downstairs and do a podcast and I walk in and we're like, oh, you're recording? Like we literally said we were coming down here to record. Like, dude, the other day,
I'm always down. I'm never bullshitting.
that's why I like your debates. You are very, like I said, we think the same ways, and the way we argue, it's more of a debate than an argue. And we sound like we're yelling at each other, but we're not.
Right. But that's why I was a terrible teacher.
Yeah, because you're like, no,
Because I am so understanding of everyone's personal situations that I try to work with them as much to my ability. But I got my feelings hurt when they didn't consider that I have a job at stake.
Yeah.
That I had to follow certain protocols, certain curriculum.
You have to do something. You need to help your kids. Kids need to pass. You want them to pass. You want them to be good kids. You want them to do better. That's your
They're
job.
all adults. They're way worse than children.
Wait, how old? What age?
I taught cosmetology. So I worked at a trade school.
Oh, shit.
So a lot of them were older than me. So that was also
So it was
a
a
big
minimum
issue.
of 16 to...
18. They have to be an adult. They have to have a high school diploma to enter the school.
Oh, trade schools? When I was growing up, you could go in when we were 16.
BOCES you can.
Yes.
But this wasn't a public school system. This was a
Oh, it was
private
a private...
school.
Oh, okay.
Right. I mean, we still accepted financial aid and FAFSA and stuff like that, but it was a little different. Like you need to have a high school diploma or a GED just to enroll in the school.
So I want to... just so you know, I went to Woodland. My mom works there. She's a cleaning lady now. She used to be a lunch lady. You might have had her as a lunch lady. Her name's Tony. She was.
I moved here in 7th grade, so I don't have that much like East Meadow experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was everybody's lunch lady. Now she doesn't because the cafeteria changed and they changed all the rules, and she decided to become a janitor because they literally
They make bank and they get to be part of the government. Are you fucking kidding me?
nope, they changed that the union changed. They changed the whole thing.
They don't make a lot of money in cash, but sometimes their benefits outweigh.
That's why she went to janitor instead of the. She was working that cafeteria, and they changed the whole cafeteria to the point where she needed to change to janitor to finish off her.
And even with
what's it
like
called?
even with like accepting a raise and stuff, you have to consider what tax bracket you're going to be in. Because sometimes if you're in the top of the middle class and then the lowest of the upper class,
Can you go on that Joe and just no, this cigarettes. Yeah, give me one, please. Thank you.
you could be losing money instead of gaining money, but you still technically had a raise. You understand? So it's like sometimes people don't think that far. They're like, okay, why do you think managers and directors of corporations are making that much money? Because they have the added stress of every single employee that you are employing. They have families, they have mouths to feed. You fail and this business fails, they're all homeless.
Oh, I have a good way of explaining that. So I worked at a Dollar Tree near my house, right? And our manager, we were like we were the stockers and we did the trucks and shit, right? So while the trucks would show up, our manager would come to work. He would be in the break room fucking his girlfriend, who was our employee, or sleeping in one of the aisles, because he would wake up early and had to take the bus, and he'd show up and be like, "Oh, I'm tired," and
He
would
wanted
sleep.
power and status, not the responsibility.
Here's the thing. So the truck would show up, and I became the manager every day. I'd tell him what we need, how to do it. I would tell him like what's going on. I'm like, he's busy, blah blah blah. And basically every time that the truck showed up, because everybody, I don't know. I have this kind of like when cops show up, I talk to them like, I become like.
You're like me. Like we have a very like different way of expressing ourselves and being able to.
You see my ashtray? Did they take my ashtray?
Dude, I handed it to you.
I know, but where did it go? Hold on. Is it over there? Dude, don't tell me he came in and took the ashtray while we were talking. Oh. All right, whatever. I'll just use a bowl. Dude, earlier he came in and took my bowl and just went upstairs. About how I was doing the truck, and he was the manager. He would
Right.
talk shit after and be like, "Oh,
A
my ashtray?
real,
You guys take my
You
ashtray."
got it outside.
a real leader
Can I borrow a lighter?
doesn't want to be a leader because they understand the responsibilities
You want me to bring
and
the
the
ashtray?
pressure that comes
Yes,
with it.
please.
You understand?
Yeah.
But a lot of people these days, they want to be a leader, a manager, director, or whatever leadership position that they are offered.
He's like after he wakes up, then after I control everything, get everything done, I mean everything's going. He comes in, he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" It's like, dude, I literally
Money, it's status, it's power. They're on a power trip. That's why the word power trip, I feel like, came to play because a lot of people are taking these positions without realizing the actual background of what's coming with it.
That's why I was about to say once she got fired, a new manager came, right? And the manager was like me and everybody else that were working together. We had our own sets. Like we would do our shit, and if someone was behind, we'd help each other. We talk. We do what we need to do. We had our own jobs and everything, right? And this new manager comes in, and everybody knew that I had a stomach problem, right? And this new manager comes in, and she's like, "Where's Anthony?" Everybody's like, "If you don't see him, he's usually doing the truck. If you don't see him, he's
Poker.
poker. Oh, it's in my ashtray. I don't have a poker.
Can I look in here?
Yeah, it's not in there. Yo, give my ashtray. I have screws. So they used to pop my.
But yeah, like so, like
No, wait. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So everybody knew she's a new manager, and everybody said he has a stomach problem. If you don't see him doing work, he's in the bathroom.
right.
And so is my screw in there?
Is it what color is it? Black.
Just get me a long screw.
A long screw?
Give me my screw, man. It's my poker. See, they just take shit without even asking.
Dude, they basically lived at my house for a while. Why do you think that they're not gonna fuck with me if I take their shit right now?
See,
Jose owes me like almost $200.
well, this is not for a podcast.
No, I know, but like,
No, I know, but like I don't care. Here's the thing: I trust people as long as they keep their word, and
oh yeah, please do not. No one knows.
no one knows.
No one knows.
Yeah, I know.
Like, so don't.
I know. No one knows what.
I'm trusting you.
This is not a screw, dude. You took my dude. You took my. It's not long enough, is it? Dude, you took my ashtray. You dump out everything. You
Yeah,
take this.
can you please get me something long? But like, there was talk like when I was instructing at the school that I could potentially be.
Oh wait, that's what we were talking about. So,
Yes. Why?
we had a special. Our school decided to make a thing called Beacon Class. It was for the messed up kids that were getting in trouble, but were
I don't believe in that. I think it's the way they were brought up. I don't think there's anyone messed up in this world.
okay. Well, I got in trouble all the time, and because of my stomach problem, they had to put me in the special class too. It was me and a bunch of kids that were like, well,
So
we
you
were
weren't
the
a bad kid.
No.
You were just misunderstood.
Yep.
There's no such thing as a bad kid.
Oh, dude, we had a guy named Pablo. He was new to school. He would sit there on the bus, and then he'd come to school holding a soda can, add beer, and he'd get drunk in class. It was a bad class. It was for bad kids.
But
I
was
wasn't.
he brought up that way? Was he
Yes.
brought up thinking that that was okay?
Yes, he
So
got on
he
the school
wasn't a
bus.
bad
He
kid.
got in the school bus with the can of beer, and then brought it into school and was
But he
drinking.
didn't think to that capacity that that's not okay.
But that's the only reason he got to the school, because the class was giving him a chance. It was a class but before throwing people out of school. It was like, here. And dude, we had a security guard who was a world's strongest man. One day, bro, he fucking so this kid Hector, he was pushing me into.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a little Spanish douchebag. He was funny as fuck though. But he was one of those little like, the little Spanish chicos that get all like they'll be like half your size, but talk shit to you like, yo, I'll fuck you up. But like, they can't. Like, dude, like he was like this tall, right? How tall I am right now, and I was like this tall, and he's sitting there, and we were fucking around with the
Give me a
bodybuilder.
pencil.
What?
Oh, that was for me. Sorry, that was for me. I asked them for a pencil.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. Hang on. Just 2 seconds. Yeah.
I don't have a pencil. Oh my god, bro, people, just oh my god, God, bro. I just walk in and ruin shit like recording. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. She'll be right.
Okay, someone talk to me. Someone be my co-star. Say. I know.
Camera rules.
No, I
I'm
know.
not talking to you. You're good on camera.
Oh. No, I was gonna have you as my guest star. I wanted to
I was just
fucking chew
peeing.
your ass.
So talk to him, dude. Come talk, dude.
Remember that one time?
It's like if
Dude.
I won't be able to.
All right, so,
Squat.
dude, just
No, yeah, I got
sit on the
some-
bed. You can talk on the bed. All right, go upstairs and grab a chair then. All right.
Let me give you some background. Sorry. So, I'm a single mom. I'm going through a divorce. I have a boyfriend. My life is real crazy this past year. My parents moved across the world when they were my main support system. But all in all, I was a single mom barely getting by.
Mhm.
I still am, obviously, but in a hard time in my life. So for me, I hate owning someone. right?
Yeah,
I
I
will
don't like
never owe someone. I will give it tenfold because I don't like the feeling of ever feeling like I'm indebted to someone. And
I
I
have
just
the
don't
same
think it's
problem.
considerate.
I have the same problem, but like like I owe, but we work together, so like
But
I owe
I
my guy for weed.
also, when I'm giving, I think of that shit as gone.
Yep.
I'm not gonna do it.
I don't ask for anything in return. Like,
No.
dude, do you know how many times, dude? He'll be like, okay, I guess just give him like
If
just
I don't have it, I don't have it.
Yeah.
I might not be able to afford to give you everything I have, but I'm thinking of that as forgotten. That's
Yep.
gone. That's trash.
Yeah,
I'm not expecting that back.
yeah. I don't want it back. But I expect if I need something that you maybe help me out sometime.
It would be nice.
Yeah,
But that's
I don't
how you
expect
get
it, though.
hurt.
Yeah, but
right.
I don't expect it. But
Right.
certain people I do expect because I have certain friends that we have a back and forth. You never.
Right, but that's from trust. That's not expecting it back.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
Due to the faith that you have in them from the history that
Yeah,
you
like-
had and the relationship that you have.
Yeah, like me and Aunt. So we give each other like candy, and we'll do certain like quizzes. Like we're the same. We have the same name. We're both Italian. We both like Dragon Ball Z. Both like the same music. He's a juggalo. I'm a juggalo.
What's a juggalo?
I've had your man tattoo. I don't want to explain what
What is-
juggalo.
Okay, that's fine.
It's a lifestyle, but it's
Right.
so.
But when I'm
No,
lending
here's the
someone
thing. So we don't. I don't. A juggalo. It's a very simple explanation. I'll give you the easiest answer. First off, everybody thinks it has to do with being a fan of ICP. No, it's a lifestyle.
ICP,
Insane Clown Posse. It's a.
Insane Clown Posse?
Yes, it's a band.
Can I join the
Underground.
conversation?
Band?
Yes.
Oh, I
Can I
was
join the
talking
conversation?
about, okay, so like when I'm
Wait, I was in the middle of a sentence.
Right,
So
right.
A juggalo is a lifestyle that people just think it's a fan of a band, but it's not. We're like a family. We are actually people that like. If we go to a concert, you feel the love. Everybody loves each other. No one judges anybody. If I meet you, I treat you the way you treat me. Juggalos are the most real people in the world. We're blunt. We will be like, if I'm sitting next to you at a concert, I've never met you before, but I know your family, and you're smoking a cigarette and I need some. Like, yo, can I get a sip of that, or can I get a jigger? Can I get? Yeah, bro, I got you. I had people. I was one guy who put his fucking cigarette out in my drink by accident. He fucking bought me a brand new one. You feel the love between the people
Right.
because we care. We're not judgmental. Like, you can be fat, bald, old, fat, whatever. We see you, yo, what's up? It's good for him. Like, yo, if you see it, like, for example, this is what we.
I
this is-
understand
What is it
that,
called?
dude.
What is it called?
So, I see.
I'm a daughter of
Juggalo.
Juggalo?
Juggalo, yeah, that's to do with
I thought
St.
it was
Clown
like a
Posse and
stri-
shit.
I thought it was like a male stripper.
No, that's
What?
a gigolo,
Oh,
dumbass.
Gigolo?
Gigolo.
Gigolo?
A gigolo is a
That's
male.
a male
Like a
stripper?
male stripper, yeah.
No, it's a male prostitute.
Male
dumbass.
prostitute, okay.
Yes, a gigolo.
Gigolo, yeah.
Gigolo-
Yeah, they fucked me up.
Hold on.
It's like a male prostitute.
Okay, but I understand the whole judgment thing. I
No,
am
oh, what-
daughter of
I don't know.
No, what I'm
Ferocious
trying to say
dog.
is like literally, like, for example, when I was 15, I was 250 pounds. My nickname was Fat Ant. And I didn't give a fuck. I even went with it. I was like, yeah, I'm Fat Ant. Yeah, I'm fat. My name is Anthony. Everyone wants to call me. So what? What the fuck? I'm fat. I know I got a big ass belly. But
So
they-
you're gonna tell me that you never felt some type of way about it?
no, because guess what? When the bullies wanted to bully me, I fucking beat the shit out of them, and people called me names.
That never hurt you?
No.
You had no feelings towards any time someone called you that?
Nope. I only kid when they actually tried to bully me physically, and then I beat the crap out of them. Like they would, like these little kids would be like, "Oh, you're this, you're that." I'm like, "Say it again." They fucking I beat the shit out of them. Fucking. And
But so it affected you, though.
no, I don't like bullies. Don't like just because I'm nice. Don't fucking take advantage of me. Like if you
Things
like.
go over my head, though. He'll know. He can tell you that things will genuinely just go over my head because I'm not thinking about it that way until it's like
Thinking of it, yeah.
right. Like
And then
I'm
you're
very
like, oh, wait.
oblivious
You're
and
wait,
like
it's not that bad.
and like genuinely just like naive a little bit, and it's like a love hate relationship because like I won't know when something is actually an insult sometimes, but then it's like better for me like mentally.
Well, that means that you're not caring about what people are thinking and saying as much as you should in a good way.
Maybe.
You start thinking about it later on in the day. They told me this.
No, someone else has to say something. Someone else that
Yeah.
heard the conversation
So, like,
has to say something
You're
for
like,
me to
did you
realize.
just hear them just call you a fucking bitch and you didn't say
That's
nothing?
probably because you thought
And I'm
about
like,
it.
well,
like,
whatever.
twice.
Like, they're probably just having a bad day. That's my response most of the time, unless like it's something. But everyone has that soft spot.
Well,
That's
yeah,
something
I have.
that
If you tell me you're gonna do something and you don't do it, and then you don't fucking tell me, and I'm sitting there wait, like say you're gonna show up, and you say you're gonna be here an hour, and I'm sitting there waiting for an hour, you don't show up, and I'm sitting there doing nothing, you're gonna fucking yell that. I'm gonna fucking text you a million
Why
times.
do
I'll
you
be a
think
fucking asshole,
him and Cap? I'm so pissed at right now.
dude. Cap has always been on color people time. Do you know what color people time is? They say they're around the corner when
How
they're
many
fucking.
times does Will say that? Except the not the nice way, but him.
There's
So
no other way to say it. CPT.
I was
color
trying
people
to
time.
tell you the story like earlier,
Oh, you mean N-word.
right? So like
That's just fuck. That's racist.
what?
N-word time? No, it's color people
No,
time.
he doesn't say
Then what,
the N word.
Then what's the other
He
way of
says
saying?
black people time.
No, it's colored people time. Wait, even when
No,
I,
I'm saying that's what I heard for the piss. I've never heard colored people time.
it's it's called CPT, colored people time.
You're
We called
talking to the wrong person. I know none of these things that you're talking about.
well, I am 10 years older than you, so yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with that. I get made fun of by everyone. Like you can vouch for that.
Okay, well, if you see me to another white guy, and I, yo, nigga, what's good? That's my actual my nigga. Like we have different contents
slang,
of people.
yeah,
We
your
have so
It's
so
like-
listen.
It's a will, and I'm like, yo, you're gonna go polish the doorknob. You know, it sounds like something like you
I
don't.
It
have
sounds
no
gay
idea.
as fuck, dude.
No, you know,
I
you're
have
gonna- you're
no
gonna- you're
idea
gonna
what
jerk off. That's what, like, you know, that's
polish a
that
doorknob.
terms. Yeah, or
What?
choke the chicken.
What is a doorknob?
Yeah, I've never heard polish a door.
Like
What the
it's like
fuck,
dad
jerk
jokes.
a
It's like
chicken?
but he talks in a slang that only like you know you get
No,
like
I know what jerk the chicken is, but that's
I
not
have
like
no
that's
idea.
that's like fucking 30 years old, bro.
yes exactly, and then like you know
But,
like,
okay,
it's a different
this
slang.
is so irrelevant from slang. This is just old words that he's using. Like
I know nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I don't know any of the new shit. Like, dude, people keep calling me fucking Sigma. I don't know what the fuck a Sigma is, but they keep calling me.
Sigma?
Yeah.
Like,
I got mad at my student because they called me a goat.
it keeps changing. Because
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I
Go-
got
go-
genuinely pissed at my student because they called me that.
The goat is like the person that you need in the situation, like the one who's running the shit.
No,
always
but
one.
I got
There's
pissed at
always
him.
one.
So remember how we were talking about how when you give, you forget about it, right?
Hmm?
But in this certain situation, I made like because I was a
Are you
single
gonna saw
mother.
off the screws?
Do you remember this?
We're going to lunch tomorrow.
What does
We
that have
are?
to do with the screws?
Nothing.
No, I'm just remembering because he said he was gonna screw off the screws, and we were saying if you say you're gonna do something, you do it.
Oh, no. Like, so in this particular moment, this was the last of my money, right? I had no job.
Mm-hmm.
So I made it clear to him, regardless of if you get your end of the deal,
Stop touching my stuff.
regardless of if you get your end of the deal, I need this money to put food on the
Hit that on
table,
camera.
right?
Don't hit that on camera.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a different situation. Like I'm making it very clear my expectations up front. And then like I was hurt because he didn't follow through. Like it was because of his side of the deal, but I had made it clear that I couldn't afford to gamble that.
So I have a similar situation, which I was really cool with
There's
this
a
guy.
lot more to that story.
You paying my boyfriend is not the same thing as
No,
paying me back.
No, no. And like
It's in your hand.
This is not yours.
yeah, but that's a conversation.
That's not mine. Do you have my
No.
lighter then? Somebody has
I
my
brought
lighter.
this down. Just use it.
Oh,
Cap has
I know mine's yellow
Just
too.
use it.
I
Just
know.
use it.
No,
Yeah, Cap has the yellow one.
no,
The
it's mine.
one you let me borrow, remember?
No, there was another one laying around. There was two.
Yeah,
I
you-
took
you
this
gave
one
me-
for Cap.
He took it from me.
No, I saw another one laying around here. In
Yes,
your
that
apartment.
was yes. That
No,
was
with
taken
that
from
in
me.
my hand.
I know. I had two. And
Oh.
wait, is another yellow one in there? 'Cause it's
Probably
not-
in the kitchen over there.
Yeah,
check?
dude, they just
I'll
come
give
in.
it back. No. I always give lighters back. I don't steal it.
It's on camera. He handed it to me.
Yeah, and you walked away with it.
Yeah.
Just like my bowl vanished for an hour and I couldn't smoke.
Cap has all cap. Well,
I never
I
lose
can't
lighters.
hit
You
this
know
over
that.
here.
You stole my Zippo though. I'm still mad about that.
Don't trust, guys, just so you know, don't trust stoners or people that put,
You have a
like,
Bible? You have a Bible? I put my hand and swear on it that I didn't steal any Zippo. I recovered them from your car, if anything. The pink and black one.
No. I cleared out my card today.
No, I pulled them out.
dude,
I don't really care.
so
It's $20.
Stop with the random conversations. Like, we're in a little podcast.
She was all right.
You have my yellow.
I'm
You
gonna
have
let you
my
go.
lighter.
I'm gonna let
It's
you go.
yellow. Give me my lighter. That's my lighter. You have it in your hand. Look, it was in his hand. He was talking to me with it in his hand. I said, no, it's mine because I didn't rip off the whole
I went
thing.
out there to grab it for you.
And you came back and you had it in your hand. You didn't take.
I was gonna go hit this.
Okay, well, don't do it here.
No, that's why I'm
Just
going.
give me the thing after.
Only smoking and drinking on camera.
Dude, I don't even like smoke. I don't like smoking, period, though.
Oh, here's the thing. So when I started doing OME videos, all the kids would skip me if I was smoking a cigarette. So I started vaping. But when I do podcasts, I need a cigarette. It takes too long. If I do videos that are 15 minutes long, I can do it without a cigarette. But if it's longer, like podcasting, talking to somebody for more than 20 minutes, I'd take my vapes or hit a cigarette, hit a bong.
The thing about vapes are, first, people vape to get off smoking, right? But then there's not enough research on what vapes do long term because it has just hit the popularity that it has hit,
See,
right?
That's why it's good and bad that you don't know what's going to happen. But if you can quit smoking cigarettes and get it done quick and not keep vaping, then it's good.
Right. But also,
Hold
vapes
on.
are so convenient.
So this is a carton, and my mom goes out to the reservation. They're only $25 for a carton of cigarettes, and I got this.
Virginia's 50, yeah.
I got these I got this bag like 3 weeks ago. One bag used to last me a week. I used to go through. I would go through at least a fucking pack a day.
I
Now
did a pack every other day.
I was up
Which is
to,
still a
I was
lot.
almost up to 2 packs a day. But now I only smoke cigarettes when I'm taking a shit or like if I don't feel like taking a vape or
It hits
just
differently. But the danger about the vape is it's so convenient, you could do it anywhere. So how often are you just sitting there with it in your hand, not even thinking about it?
Well, see, here's my problem is that I'll light a cigarette and I'll clip it like 3 times. I'll light it, I'll take a couple drags and put it out. And sometimes just taking one hit of this is easier. And then I don't have to take the drag and then I don't want the cigarette.
How much more aware are you when you're lighting the cigarette than to just grab the vape and
A lot more now than I used to because I used to always go for the cigarette. And what I do is I leave my vape right next to the cigarette and I grab the vape instead.
it's just kind of second nature, right?
Because when I'm doing
Like itching your forehead, or like just like brushing your hair out, you know? But like with a cigarette, you're thinking about it a lot more, so it makes
Just
you more
like
conscious of
when you
how much you're doing.
say you're watching a movie and you say you were with people that smoke, and if you watch people, if somebody lights a cigarette on the TV, you're gonna see somebody light up because they're like, oh shit, I want one now.
Right. And when you drink, you want one, regardless of how like people said. Remember, like when marijuana was not legal yet,
Yep.
like people used to say it was a big contradicting like whole like thing when people said marijuana was a gateway drug.
Yeah, that's
But-
not it.
But
When
it
you buy,
kind of is.
here's the thing: when you get weed, then the deal's got more shit, and you're like, all right, I'll try that.
Right.
It's not a gateway drug; it just leads you to more drugs.
That's the whole definition of gateway, though.
No, people say that you smoke weed, then you want to get higher and you want to feel something more. But no, it's you're a teenager, you want to experiment. So I feel like people that haven't had weed have had harder drugs and don't like weed, and they never tried weed. It wasn't a gateway for them.
Right. But that is also like the perspective of what gateway is for you. So for me, like gateway like means, so now that I'm comfortable with weed, now that I'm comfortable doing that, when our time it was illegal, right? It was a big no-no.
Yeah.
So
if you got caught,
I'm-
you don't get caught. Like,
Right.
Everybody was selling.
So
it was
if
just
I'm comfortable with this, I was more likely to be like comfortable with trying something harder.
well. See,
Each time you go up the steps.
See, that wasn't my thing. It was more of I was around shit and I like the same thing. It wasn't a gateway drug. It was the gateway people, the people you hung out with. All of a sudden, like for example, one
You're
day
only as good as the people you surround yourself with.
I was hanging out with kids that were a couple years younger. They were like 17, 18. I was like 20 or some. I don't even, you know what? I don't remember. I think I was 18. They were like 15. And we all knew each other. We were 15 to like 30. All dealers. We were, we had this whole group. We would meet up every week. We ran in East Meadow. We were the teenage groups that.
But you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with.
See, but that's what I'm talking about. So we were at a party, and when a bunch of drug dealers get together, a bunch of things happen. So, like for example, I found I went to go to the bathroom, and there was 2 17-year-olds snorting heroin. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck? And then I went out, into the living room and I saw a Coke, and my friend saw how much fun it was. Then he did it. Then he was rocking back and forth on the chair, and he became a drug addict because of that. But
It's easier to drag someone down than to pull someone up.
but that's why one time I was at a party, where everybody's smoking, drinking, people were on pills, cursing, cold and cough, drugged out. And one day I stood up in front of everybody and I said, yo, who wants to fucking coke with me right now? One kid stood up. We're not friends anymore because we got into a lot of friend fights. Like
What fights?
friend fights.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Like
yeah.
we butt heads way too much, and
It
now it's
doesn't
got.
mean either of you are bad people. It just means that sometimes it's not a good chemistry. That's it.
Oh, see, the thing is, we were such good friends, and we did all these drugs together. And he stood up. He said, "I'll quit." Now he has a family and a kid. He's got a beautiful life, and he's happy. And if I said, "Who wants to quit?" And I was like, "I'm done." Of course, I had to wean off of it, but I was like, "Who wants to quit?" He's the only one that did. He's the only one that has a family now, out of all those people.
So you quit with him
Yes,
and you stayed away from it
yes.
permanently.
No. Once, 3 years ago, I did some coke, and some other time, every couple of years, I might do it. Just
Why?
because sometimes, like today, I was after you fixed stuff.
It's convenient.
No, that's not why. We were sweating. I felt like a man. Like we fixed the fucking thing with niggered the fuck out of shit.
Right. But if it wasn't around, would you have gone out of your way to acquire it?
Here's the thing: they have offered many times. I always say no. I
know.
just
But still, today's scenario.
my finger was broken. I was in a lot of pain. I was pissed off. I had to drink a lot. I was irritated about the whole fucking day. I was supposed to go home, clean my room, get stuff from my
There's
old
always
apartment.
factors.
I know, but
Would you have gone out of your way though if no one else was around you, nothing else was around you? Would you have gone out of your way to acquire it?
no, I only do it if somebody
Exactly.
has it.
Guilty by association. That's what people mean by surround yourself with. It doesn't have to mean that you're being an asshole.
I'm trying to help them so much. Trust me. I'm more.
Don't do that. You're only going to take yourself down.
No, I know my limits, and I know how I am, and I know my addiction, and I don't do it. I literally don't.
Okay.
I drink beer all day, every day, but I don't get drunk. I have a drinking problem, but at least I don't. I used to get drunk every day. All my first year, half of my videos, every single one, I was drunk. I can show you.
You're still around it.
Yes, but I know how to do it without.
No one knows how to do it without.
I don't. I'm lonely. All right, and this is also my first time living alone.
Right.
I was getting.
understand that.
I was getting so much anxiety. I was puking like almost every day.
You're talking to a 27-year-old who's going through a divorce and a custody battle and has a boyfriend in jail.
My anxiety is so bad. I shit blood in the morning.
Exactly.
I get bloody ulcers, and I had to move away from what was causing all this stress, and I had to babysit my dad who was doing shit.
Right. But how much more could you thrive in a different environment?
Well,
It's basically nature versus nurture.
Yes, I just moved to a new environment, and I'm finally settled in because it was so much anxiety. Well, see, I've been used to that my whole life. Like that doesn't change because here's the thing: all day, every day, he doesn't come down here.
It doesn't matter.
I'm alone all day, every day.
It's still within arm's reach. You did it today because he was around. No?
No, it was because Jose was helping me with the stove,
He
and
was around.
but it was my
It's a
choice.
simple-
Nope.
No,
My
I'm
choice.
not saying that. It's your choice.
I still got because you're sitting in the corner.
Wait, Anthony. It was your choice to have these people around you. I love them. Okay. I'm not saying anything bad about that. But it was still your choice to have this shit around you. Yes?
Yes.
But if it wasn't around you, you were more likely to not have the same outcome, correct?
No, I would have just gotten drunk, and that would have been even worse.
Okay.
I wanted to.
Well,
I wanted to
that's-
do something today. I wanted to.
Right. But besides that, if it's
Where's my
more
screw?
readily available, you are more likely to do that. No?
I know.
You wouldn't have gone out of your way.
But the thing is,
That's the same thing.
it's not.
It is.
No, I literally say I've been offered a million times. I always say no.
No, you were smart those times, but there's always that one bad day.
It's not that it was a bad day. I just wanted to.
Exactly, your bad day.
Well, guys get their periods too.
No. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying you're human. I'm saying I'm trying to prove a point with the whole association thing.
But the thing is, I'm not doing it for years.
It doesn't
I do it
matter.
once every couple of years.
But is it is it still okay? How about I put it in a different perspective?
Okay.
So if you
I did as much as I used to do in a day, and I'm not going through with any withdrawals. I don't want more, nothing. Stop
Right.
stealing my stuff.
Would you have
just changed lives.
thrived
He just took
to a
it.
different degree if you had surrounded yourself with different people?
Yes and no.
I mean, ultimately, it's your decision,
Yes.
but it's also your decision
one work?
to make a conscious
Does it work? Or
All
not?
right.
move.
We're trying to do.
It's also your decision to make a conscious, like, decision to surround yourself with people that make you want to achieve goals, set goals, be ambitious, to be productive and efficient and with your life. You understand what I'm saying?
That's why I had to dump my fiance, the guy I was working with, and stop getting drunk in my videos so I can be happy for myself because I was trying to make them happy. That's why I was getting drunk because had to deal with their crap every fucking video and every time, every fucking night.
How far are you reaching, though?
Dude, when I say I
You're
was
in this
drunk,
house.
but here's the thing, I'm always alone. This
Doesn't
is
matter.
no, this is different
You're
because
not alone right now.
that's because we're doing a podcast. He doesn't do these. He's here because
still
you're here. Because you're here.
But I'm here.
If you weren't here, I would be alone. And I would be talking to strangers like I was before you got
Those are
down.
hypotheticals.
No, the hype
But
is...
it's still possible. You still have it around you, yes?
Yes.
It's not 100%. You never have it around you.
Yeah, but I don't want it though.
Right. But today, you had a tough day and wanted it because it was readily available. You said that you would not go out of your way to acquire it, right?
Yeah, but if say I'm at a party and someone says, hey, do you want a bump? I'll be like, sure.
Yes, and that could steamroll.
But I don't want more. Like,
But you can't predict, like, because you were addicted before, right?
no, so what I was doing was I was getting weed spotted to me and then using that money to buy from that guy, the guy who was selling to me, his dealer. I was buying coke from him and I still never paid that guy back and was just buying coke from him and doing the coke.
You still had a problem.
Yes, I was doing like an eighth a day and
So how can you tell me that it is impossible for it to ever be a problem again?
because easily I stood up in front of everybody and that day me and him quit and
You're super strong for that, and that's an admirable, like, trait. But how can you say, like, for me, no one would have predicted that I was ever going to be in this situation. No one.
okay, but
If you knew me before then, you would have never even. It was so out of character for me. Like,
you have no idea how many times I've said no.
right. So did I.
Yeah, but I've already been
lived with it.
but I've gone through the shit to the point where I know that if I do it and I keep doing it, I'll be bad. So I don't keep doing it. That's why I don't get drunk. Because if I drink and get to the point where I'm drunk, I'll get drunker and drunker. Then I'll get sick.
But
and
you still drink.
Yes, but I only take sips.
Right.
Have you? How many beers have you seen me go through since you've been here?
It doesn't matter. That's not, but like, just like we said, when we're more comfortable with, like, when we try marijuana, like, we're more comfortable going up and up. How can you tell me, how can you assure me that it is impossible for you to ever take it a step too far for the rest of your life till death?
Let me explain this to you. Okay, so if you were in here, I would be talking to random strangers, taking a hit and chugging beer, right? Instead, we've been sitting here and I've been hitting my bowl, barely been drinking beer because I'm doing something.
You got lucky.
No, it's because of interaction with people. I'm not alone. If I was alone, I'd be
But
chugging
you don't
beer.
know me. I could have been someone else. I could have been someone that influenced you or made you feel like
No,
you
but
wanted-
I heard you screaming from top of the stairs, so I knew you were here. And I was like, let me go talk to that person. And then I went upstairs.
But you put faith in it.
As soon as I started talking to you and you talked to me, you went from crazy to normal, talking to me, normal, calm. And
It had nothing to do with you, my anger. So yeah, I'm
Yes.
able to compartmentalize.
Yes, and the way you articulated, the way you were speaking with me, and actually not like we're not like we see. It sounds like we're yelling at each other, but we're having a normal
Right.
conversation.
I'm not like taking out my anger on you, or like I'm not saying that your feelings are invalid because we were both raised differently, we both think differently, and all that stuff.
And
I
that's why we
consider
work.
that.
That's why we have a good conversation.
Right. But you cannot tell me that. Okay, so basically, 100%. it is more likely for you to relapse with the people you surround where you live. Yeah.
Okay.
Compared to if you were to live somewhere where you didn't know anyone or have any connections to any of this life, correct?
That's the same thing as like, for example, I used to live next to a beer distributor. I could walk over and get beer. My
Right.
car doesn't work right now, so I actually I have
Canoco's right there.
I know. So I go to the beer distributor and I get a 15 pack. So I have it for a couple of days, and that lasts me like 2 days.
Right.
Because I drink
So
like
if-
8 a day.
So, like with the association
Shush.
thing, where you want to build yourself up to a certain extent, where you want to reach for the highest goal.
That's why I'm trying to drink less, and that it's real. I was doing really good, but then once I moved here, and I was like, I got so lonely. Like I didn't have anybody to talk to. There was no one in the house. Everything's quiet, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like what if something happens to me? I started going.
I understand mental health is like such an extreme thing that people didn't realize until recently. It was a very like shushed thing.
Yeah,
when
like
our parents were, growing
Yeah,
up.
like you, if you tell somebody you're gonna kill yourself, they just fucking instantly throw you in the psych ward. They don't even want to help you.
Exactly.
Here's
They're
some
not
pills.
trying to understand why you're feeling that way. I didn't even know why I felt that way until after I was in the psych ward.
See, I got put in the psych ward because I wasn't going to school because they wouldn't let me go take a shit, and they threw me in psych ward because they thought I was crazy. Because, like,
Right.
Yeah, and while I was there, I actually talked to crazy people and normal people. Like, some guy was in there because he stole his mom's car, and they put him in the psych ward because
Right.
he was 15 and stole a car.
But I'm saying,
I know, but the other people I got to meet, I understand a lot about the psyche and realized, like, I was in a room with the kid who was this little black kid, and every day I'm trying to go sleep, he'd be annoying the fuck out of me, right? And the security guards knew me, and they knew he was annoying. One day I'm sleeping, he keeps throwing things in my head, right? So I take this kid, he's probably like, I don't know, he was like 12 or 13 or whatever, took him by the throat, holding him up on the wall. I'm like, I'm trying to fucking sleep. Stop throwing shit at me. The fucking security guard comes in, says, what's going on? He's like, he won't fucking let me go. I'm trying to sleep. He said, dude, relax, put him down. I'll take him away. Just go to sleep.
he was very understanding of what happened to lead up to that situation.
Because he knew that I have very good control of my anger.
Right. So I taught my son, look, you tell someone one time, don't touch me anymore. I do not like that. I want you to stop. Then you have my full support to punch them in the fucking face if they continue to do so.
Dude, when I was younger, this is the one thing I appreciate my dad telling me. He's like, dude, show me blows, you just beat the shit out of them, and then they won't let you do it again. I did that.
There's a fine line between defending yourself, though, and wanting to hurt someone.
Well, the thing is, they bullied me every day. I got punched on the bus. They would bully me all the time. So I literally started beating the crap out. I had like 20 bullies.
But when is that line where you became a bully to them?
Easy when they started apologizing to me, like, sorry, I like all of a sudden, like, I'm getting bigger than them, and I was already fat, like I was
right,
fat.
But there was a point where you decided to be the herder and not just defend yourself, right?
No, I got to the point. I was like, yo, if you fucking say that shit again, I'm gonna literally beat the shit out of you. And then I fucking did because they did it again. I was like, dude, I fucking told you, stop saying that shit. Like, dude, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, literally, first off, you're smaller than me. Why are you being such a bully? Do you not
Because
like
he's
life?
smaller than you.
Yeah, like, dude, like, I can fucking squash you. Like, like, stop being fucking,
Right.
you're a dick.
Someone's an asshole, though, and you're defending yourself, correct? At
They
what
would hit
point,
me
if
with
you're beating, right, but if you're beating them up, right, just to get them to stop, what point does it become getting them to stop?
Easy.
And for you to hurt them?
I flip them on the floor and I punch them in the face and I get them fucking stop. Like, dude, I'm gonna beat
Right,
the
but
shit out
do
of
you
you.
stop there, or do you
Yes.
continue
No.
to do so?
I
See,
don't.
that
I don't
I
continue.
respect.
No, I teach them a lesson. Like, one kid kept hitting me, and we were in a locker
Some
room.
people, the
And
anger fuels them, and they want to hurt people instead of
dude,
just
I
stopping.
hate
and
watching
defending.
the videos of people on the floor and the guys keep kicking them in the face. I'm like,
And
bro,
it's
it's
just
done.
like-
It's done. You won. Like, get over it. Like, bro.
You need to defend yourself, correct?
Yes.
But you don't want to hurt people. That's when you become the bad guy. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
yeah.
what they did to them. What they did
Unless
to
they
them
tried
before.
to, unless they were pointing a gun at you, trying to kill you, then yeah, beat the
Once
shit
they're
out
on
of
the floor, it's done.
them. Disarm them, done.
Leave them.
No, don't leave them. Wait for the cops if they.
Well,
if they're armed. Yeah.
whatever that's it. But if you continue to bash their head in after they're unconscious,
Yeah, that's just.
see, now you're just
that's
as bad,
malicious.
if not worse.
It's malicious. That's literally intent to kill, because once you're unconscious and you get hit, you can.
That's the gray
brain
area.
damage.
Where is that line? Is there a specific moment anyone can pinpoint where it becomes from good to bad?
I see it in every video when the guy's on the floor not moving, you won. Stop fucking hitting him.
Right, but what about when
Well, it depends on how strong opponents are. Like I've seen fights where people just
it all depends
they
though?
just sit there and eating each other in the face. They're
There's
they're
no black
bloody.
and white.
Yeah, because no one's getting that.
If they can't fight back, I think that's done. Not they don't have to be unconscious.
Yeah, bro.
If they're disarmed and they're done fighting back, that's when you should walk away.
like if some guys like say guys being a dick and you're sitting there, you're the only normal person in here, and then all of a sudden he fucking pushes you and you hit him in the face. You clean up the whole fight. Everything's done. You're like, all right, everything's done. Let's go.
You walk away.
Yeah.
Done. Clean.
I don't like I have like I have that problem where I will flip and you can't flip that switch, but I know when the switch starts, so I know when to stop before the switch.
Right.
I-
But you're self-aware, but it doesn't mean that you're immune to ever losing your temper.
Yes, because
though.
I'm bipolar and I have social anxiety disorder,
And
and
everyone has feelings. There are certain nerves that you could get, someone could hit that just sets you off. Everyone has that nerve, right?
yeah, like for example, like
No
I
one
said,
can be immune to that though.
yeah, like I was explaining, like I've lost so many friends because like we'll make plans and I'll be sitting there and they do this all the time. I'm like, yo, so like I'm sitting there, I'm like, listen, I have a stomach problem, so when I go out with somebody, I can't eat a whole day. Like, if I'm gonna go out and I know I'm gonna be going somewhere and doing something like, out, there's no bathrooms around, I have to starve myself all day. So I starve myself all day, then wait for them, and then I'm sitting there waiting for them, and then they call me 2 hours after they're supposed to be there, and they're like, oh, sorry, I'm with somebody else. I'm like, you couldn't tell me this like hours
I
ago?
hate flaky people. I hate flaky people.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? We made plans. I've been sitting here waiting for you. You couldn't fucking tell me?
But a lot of people do like the white lie stuff. Like, so like they'll say, oh yeah, we'll hang out today. Like, but then they like are kind of waiting for a better offer or like kind of waiting on other plans already. They know something else could happen, right?
I'll give you an example.
They're not stupid.
Dude, he sits up there all day, says, I'll be done in 10 minutes for the whole day. I'm sitting
You
here.
heard me knocking a few weeks ago.
You went out?
No, he told me that he had something for me, right?
Okay.
I come, his door's always unlocked.
No,
He
it's
did it
not.
on purpose.
No. Do you know how many times I go upstairs and
He knew I was coming.
yeah, but see, here's the thing. So
Twice.
the kitchen door is always open. He tells me, come up. Fucking it's locked. I'm like, dude, the door's locked. He says, no, it's not. I'm like, it is. He comes down.
Last year, I've never had an issue until that day. He does it on purpose though.
No, he's been locking doors.
Lately,
Yes.
yeah.
He locks me out of
But
it.
he knew.
No, he's been locking me out, and I live here. He tells me I can go anywhere in the house whenever I
He
want.
knew I was on my way.
Dude.
I live 5 minutes.
Well, all I know is that I can't hear any. I can't even hear people knocking on my own door. This
But I
fucking
don't even
room.
I almost knocked his door down because I was pissed. At that point, he was toying with me because I came back an hour later because he said, sorry, I was in the attic, whatever. I gave you another chance. I come back and you do the same shit to me and give me the go around. Now that you're pissing me off.
Do you know how many times
You're
I've
toying
come?
with me.
He's like, come over whenever. I'm like, sure, okay, I'll come over later. Come over. Door's locked. He's like, door's always open. I'm like, no, it's locked. I call him. Doesn't answer. I'm like, all right, dude. He's like, dude, why didn't you come by? I was like, I was fucking there, dude. No, because here's a good example. So my friend came over, JQ, and Tiffany was here. What?
He's toying.
No, JQ is my friend, right? He came over, parked in front of the house, came in the basement. We were sitting here for hours. Tiffany and him were upstairs. Had no fucking idea he was there. I was like, dude,
I know Tiff.
yeah, I hate
I
Tiff.
know. I know Tiff to a very deep level.
I
They
met
do it on
her.
purpose. I'm telling you right now. They do it on purpose. He is way too smart. No. They do it on purpose. Both of them.
No, hold on, let me explain something. So when he locks the kitchen door, when he goes through the door, sometimes, so I'll go outside and go to his door and it's unlocked. Sometimes he locks my door by accident. No joke.
Sometimes it could be an accident.
No, it's always on accident because he'll be cooking and he shuts the door and he just like habitually, dude. I'll be home alone. No one's here. I go in the bathroom. I lock every door. I'm home alone. It's just a habit. I shut the door. I lock it.
It's a habit. But if I tell you I'm coming over and I'm on my way, he knows I live down the block. How are you not even listening for your phone?
Dude, my friend used to say he's around the corner. He was he was in the shower.
I'm not like that. If you knew me, I am 10 minutes early to everything, or I consider myself late and start panicking.
If I tell you, like, say for example, I have to go to Hicksville, it takes like Takes, I'll say, about 15 minutes. So, say right now.
Wait. No, that's such a funny thing because when I went to work, I worked literally down Hempstead Turnpike, right
I live
past
right next to the
Hofstra,
mall.
the Fulton Ave. So right across from that Chuck E. Cheese, like in on Fulton Ave, where that actually Terrace Ave.
Yeah.
You know what Terrace
Ye-
Ave is?
yes, I
Apparently
do.
everyone does.
Yes.
I
If
had
you-
no
yeah,
idea.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest.
I had
It's
no idea.
yeah.
I
It goes to
Worked
UPS and
on
everything.
Terrace Ave, and I had no idea.
Yeah, I worked on FedEx over there.
Wait. Do you know Joe, the security guard of that building?
Did he ever try and bring you to a strip club or sell you coke? Because
No. Joe is. I've known him since I was a student. I actually was a teacher at the school I was a student at back in 20.
oh no, I worked at FedEx. I'm talking about like in like.
Right, but you delivered to that building and stuff.
No, I was a packer at night. Worked overnight packing the
Oh,
trucks.
that's
for the
Mr. Steve then.
Well, I don't know.
Joe's the day guy.
He was a cool black guy. He always liked heating up pizza in a fucking microwave oven. He was there every night, and he would always.
Mr. Steve, I think, because Joe was always the day guy. Like he works from 9 to like 3.
The night guy.
He's the fat guy. Steve he's like taller and like he always.
Well, here's
wears
the
a
thing
full
though.
hat.
This was like
Same people.
17 years ago.
Oh, 17? I think Joe was still there, dude.
Then the night guy was a tall, skinny guy, very fine. He like the day of the interview, he was like, guys, every night I go home after this work, I drink a 6-pack of beer,
I
and
think that's Mr. Steve.
Yeah,
He's
it
still
could-
there.
he was so he didn't give a he was like, dude, do whatever make sure you get your shit done. Like you could blast your music, you could do whatever, go take a crap, take a break, whatever you want, as long as you got your shit done, bro. I was sitting there. Oh, I was fucking jacked at that time. I was working out. I was so
I'm a
big.
powerlifter, I get it.
I would pick up fucking refrigerators off the fucking drop thing and just carry them, put them on. I worked out with the fucking
I was
boxes.
squatting 285
I literally was doing.
at 17.
I was punching weights with 50-pound weights just because I was able to do it, and I literally was able to carry anything. I still can basically. Like I haven't worked out in a long time. I still got muscles.
I haven't worked out in a year.
Yep, this is like 4 years.
Dude, I was deadlifting 285. And actually, that's not fair because you are a man physically. You have more upper body strength.
I have, dude. I used to be a football player.
Thunder thighs,
So
dude.
do I. I know. Mine muscle wise.
But I
26
love the
inches.
adrenaline of the weightlifting. Like
So do I.
I'm an adrenaline junkie, so I love like the MMA fighting. Like I also did taekwondo when I was younger. I'm black belt.
I got free classes and shit.
And I did it for years straight. Like every week I had to go a certain amount of times to be able to get my black belt. But like I tried Muay Thai. That was fun. And then I found out I was pregnant with my second kid.
Shit.
And it was a high risk pregnancy. I couldn't do
But yeah,
it.
there's no fighting while pregnant. Like
No, there is.
I would not risk that.
You can't do high impact, but you can still train.
Oh well, yes.
So there- and
No
you can still
sparring. No
spar-
sparring.
Yeah, as long, but you can still like go through the
Hold.
motions
Yeah, you
and
do
like
holds.
do like
yeah. Like you can sit there and be
the-
like, oh, but
like
not
the
punch.
routine. Like what is it called again?
The routine. Yeah. You're
Sequences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can do the head grab and just.
But I was a high risk pregnancy with my second kid. I was bedridden for pretty much 20 weeks.
Damn, dude.
Yep. It was crazy. And then I was like, yeah, no, never again. I got my tubes taken out. My tubes are medical waste in some fucking medical bio wasteland. Like,
At some point, I do want to have a kid. I'm the last of my family, but at the same time, I don't know. I just don't get along with girls. They don't like. I'm
girls suck.
I know, dude. They say they want like a normal guy that is like. For example, I like watching movies and crying. I'm very emotional. I'll write poems. I like talking my girls to sleep. My Valentine's Day present for my ex-fiance
Most
was.
guys do. They just don't like to admit it.
Well, guess what? Their pussy's done.
I know. Dude, my boyfriend, the way we met, I was on a terrible date. He was telling me that he wanted to take steroids because a man is big and strong. That was his definition of being manly. And I was like, that is the pussiest little bitch shit that I have ever heard in my entire fucking life.
I'll tell you what a man does. So I started doing construction and shit, and I needed muscle. I needed to be in shape. I was carrying fucking, buckets of like what's it called, gravel. I was doing basement waterproofing. So I would hundreds of buckets on my shoulder. I got sits in my shoulder because it was like 100-pound bucket. I have to pick it up off the floor, put it on the shoulder, carry it to the truck, dump it, go back, get another one.
So you're saying strength?
It was for the job. Like I had to be strong for what I was doing.
Right. So to simplify it and to broaden that like explanation,
There was a reason.
need to be leaders.
Yes.
They need to adapt to their environment and show their family and lead them to a good direction.
Yes.
Period.
But one thing is, but you do have to remember this though. So when I was working out, I was fucking ripped. A lot of girls hit on me. Even got offered a fucking 3-way while I was dating a girl that I met a while ago. I denied everything. I don't cheat at all, but here's the thing. So many girls wanted me. I was like, what, you want me fucking now?
Were
Like,
they ever successful? No, because
No,
they were
'cause they-
only doing it because of physical attraction.
yes. They want to say, if they knew me the whole time. Like, they didn't say nothing.
But what
Oh,
is
what, now you're sexy, so I want to be with you.
But what does sexiness have anything to do with being a good man and being a good father and a husband? Nothing.
It doesn't.
Absolutely nothing.
People don't understand. Like, for example, if we were together and we got into a huge fight and then we went to sleep, I'd wake up, be like, you know, it's whatever. We had a fight. You know, if it,
Set the tone though.
yeah,
As a man.
yeah. I'll say what I have to say. I'll say what I have to feel, and then whatever happens, I'll wake up and I'll treat it like a brand new fucking day.
I'm all about feminine energy, like girl power or whatever. But
Oh, I treat my girlfriend with complete and utter equality, depending
it's
on the
not
way.
equality though.
No, I mean, for
It's
example,
you do your role and I do my
Yes.
role, and we have to create a mutually respectful like relationship. And you pick up my slack, I pick up your slack.
That's
How
why-
is that equality though?
okay, you're making sense.
See what
now.
I'm saying?
Because the girl that I was engaged to, we were dating long distance. She lives in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
We met when we were like 13, and she would always vanish. And I was also,
Vanished for a reason though.
but so did I. I was fucking girls. I was horny. And
Okay.
yeah,
So it was never gonna work.
no, but then, then I was hold on, freaking bro.
I can talk your ear off for fucking days. We could sit here for days and just go starve to death.
Dude,
I never run out of material.
dude, we can do fucking videos all the time. You can be,
I'll come over.
be a co-host.
Okay. I'm dead serious. I don't say anything that I don't mean.
No, I know. And you're blunt and you're good on camera.
Oh yeah, I'm very blunt. It's so bad. Just tell me when you're offended because sometimes I genuinely won't understand like what I said because of the way I was brought up. So like every culture is different, right? So like with a regular American family, they're showing their kids movies that are pop culture, like everyone knows references to, correct? I never had that. I didn't even have a TV for a long time. So I was watching PBS Caillou till I was in 4th grade. So I don't understand certain things and I grew up differently like than a lot of people. So genuinely it doesn't occur to me if something is offensive to something, like there's a difference between intent.
For example, the way I grew up, my parents were, my mom, she's a sweetheart. She is not any certain way. My dad was in like biker gangs and like he literally would always call black people niggers. He's very racist. He would bluntly say like he would make jokes like, you know why black guys always get caught? Because these niggas run with their pants down and their ankles and it falls down. Like
Black guys do that too though.
I know, like that's why I didn't get it. But he just like he would always like even watching football games like you fucking nigger, kick the fucking ball. It's like I grew
But
up.
people wouldn't do anything back then.
But the thing
Now
is,
if you do that on the streets, you're probably going to go on camera, like you're probably going to be publicized, right? Someone's probably going to record you, you're going to get beat up, or someone's going to say something.
here's the thing. I'm saying he would say it around everybody growing up and everybody else because they were all like in biker gangs. Like, yeah. So I grew up with that. But here's the thing: because my mom was completely different, and I grew up with black friends, dude. I literally did a podcast with my friend. His name's Aubrey. I keep losing my voice. Like
Aubrey?
Yeah.
That's a really nice name. I love unisex names like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that was unisex until I just saw a girl.
You can make anything unisex. My son's name is Jamie.
So my name's Anthony, and when I was a kid, my mom's name is Tony. and people call me Tony, and I'm like, that's my mom's name. Don't fucking call me that. She's Tony with an I. I'm Anthony. I was named after my grandfather, my grandfather. So my name's Anthony, and Tony is short. But if my mom's name's Tony, and you say Tony,
right.
you can't say Tony in front of both of us.
No, I get it. But like, I get so mad when my kid's father calls him James because I purposely picked out Jamie for my son.
Did he call him James? That's not a nickname.
That was only after we broke up and I left him. I think it's kind of like an undermining thing.
Well, there's some people that do that. Like my dad's name is Bobby. But his real name is Robert. But he's Bobby like when he says his name. But it's not
forcing it.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. And they were trying to force Tony onto me. I'm like, no, I am not Tony. That's my mom. I'm Anthony.
If you're called that from birth, that's different. That becomes second nature. That becomes a nickname that you are comfortable with. But
no, because as soon as I was able to realize my name and know that people were saying I was like, she's over there. I'm like, I'm talking to you. I'm like, my name's Anthony. That's Tony. Tony.
Right. Kind of like so my boyfriend and his son have the same name, William. So he's always been Will, and the baby is always William.
Why not one Will and one Bill? Like, say you can
because
as a nickname.
I've only heard him call the baby William Jr. So that's his kid, right? The youngest. And then him, I met him calling him Will. So it's like second nature to me. It would feel weird to call him William. And now it's just an association. And then his family calls the baby instead of William.
Yeah. Like if I let them say that, I would be Tony still.
Right.
My family, if I let them. But I was like, no, that's not my name.
You should always respect what someone wants to be called, period.
Yeah, like for example, like I'll be talking to random people, and I'll be like, oh, sorry, sweetie, like without even thinking, or hey, my dear, how you doing? And they say, don't say it. I'm like, sorry, sometimes I say it, like I'm being a good.
Does that matter?
I'll like say a message. I'll be like, hey, sweetie, how you doing today? And I won't even think about it, and I won't even realize I just called you sweetie. Like, don't say that. Like, my bad.
Why not?
Some people get pissed off getting called pet names.
Why?
Because you're not like dating them. Like, I don't know, they get offended.
So? But it's not like, hey, babe. It's like, hey, sweet. That's just like, like I call my kids, hey, sweetie, like, hey, hon. Like,
I go, sorry, my dear, I didn't mean to bother you. Like,
right.
And then they go, why you call me my dear? I'm like, I don't know. It's like it's a term of like.
It's different when you say like, hey, babe, hey, baby, hey, sexy, or like, but like, it's not really like a sexual like innuendo when you're saying.
Yeah, these kids don't. Yeah, I don't know if their kids are just they don't understand how words work or like how life works. It's like
everything's different.
Like, you see, if I'm dating somebody and my girlfriend calls, like, if she calls another guy my nickname that she calls me all the time in front of me, that's just weird. I'm like, why are you calling him sweetie when that's what you call me? Like,
I guess it's the relationship you have with them goes into factor, and then like if they have ever undermined your relationship, and like if it's like a little, you know what I'm saying? Like it's about. Like, it's your attitude around it.
No, some girls just say, don't call me that. Don't call me pet names, nothing. Just call me by my name. I'm like, okay.
But if I'm saying that to everyone, it's different than me singling someone out and calling them a pet name, just them, and not my usual terminology.
Oh, yeah. I say fucking the same shit to everybody.
Exactly. So
I say love.
Be a big deal.
I say love to everybody. Even because my mom.
That's a big thing with my boyfriend.
Well, see, the thing with me is that it's because my mom, she always says I love you, and I don't like saying it back to my mom. I'll say it to my girlfriend, but I was like, here, in my videos, I tell everybody love. It means the same thing.
Tell your mom you love her.
I don't know why. It just feels so weird.
The more you say it, the more comfortable it gets, but you're gonna regret it if you don't.
That's why I started doing love. It's her. Like I said to her, like when we say it, that means I love you.
Okay, so it's just to her?
No, I do it at the end of my videos and shit, and I say like, "See you guys later, love, be safe."
But let her know she's your mom, like you love her.
No, I told her.
Way.
Yes, I told her. I was like, "Listen, you should always say I love you, and I don't want to say it back, but in all my videos I say I love. It's so much easier, and I can say that without even trying. And it means I love you. Yes, but
she wants to be told that. Right, you say that. It still means that, right? But that just covers the rest of your life?
No.
Exactly. She could forget that.
No,
And
I
it just
do
becomes
once in a
mundane.
while. I do. And so, like when she's upset, I give her hugs sometimes. I'm not.
No, but I'm saying get comfortable with it. The more you say it, the
Here's
easier
the
it
problem.
gets.
Unless I'm dating a girl, I don't even feel comfortable. Like if I touched you, like we're not close enough. Like I wouldn't even hug you right now. Like I just
But
met
this
you.
is all habitual.
But it's just the way I treat women. I don't like being that guy that goes up to a girl in the bar and
It's your mom. I'm not saying any other girl.
no, I know
I'm
that,
just
but
saying like it's a good practice to get into the habit of saying that, even though it's uncomfortable for you because you haven't made it habitual.
because everybody has said it was always a lie. So I know, like
Exactly. So
yes,
it's not habitual. But if you consciously try and say it more, even though it feels weird at first, at a certain point, it's going to be second nature. It's going to be.
but that's why we did love, and she knows that it means I love you to her because I say it like when she leaves, when at night say good night, love. Like it's not like when I say it at the end of videos or when I talk to somebody like see you later, love, peace. Like I
Right,
got
but
my
that's like
video.
something like that's just like a hey, like
But if
stay
you,
safe, like
but okay, but say we're dating and we were out in public and you don't like,
I don't like PDA.
yeah. So exactly. So example, say I was just like,
But there's innocent PDA that's different from in your face
I
PDA.
like holding hands in public.
Right, but that's not
Hold
like
my arm
oh
around
we're
you.
dating like look at us kind of thing. There's
No.
there's different levels of PDA, and I don't like the whole oh I have to kiss you like like every single chance we get. Like I don't like that.
See, I don't like that's too much. I like,
Right.
for
But sit
example,
next to me.
yes,
Just brush your hand against my back while you're walking past. Just to let me know
simple,
that you acknowledge I'm there. That's it.
yeah.
But like some people are a little too crazy with it, and it's like weird.
I don't mind. It's just I get weirded out when my girls like we'll be at like a party or something and like want to like I don't know anybody and you're like you're walking around talking to all these fucking people. Leave me alone. Like, bro, we're together. No one even knows. Like I'm sitting on a couch by myself. This bitch is fucking walking around doing drugs and smoking, drinking, and I'm sitting there making friends with people I don't fucking know. And she comes over and talks to me. Doesn't sit next to me, and like no one even knows we're dating.
No, I always say something. Like even though like I'm not like touchy with him, like I will still make it known I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, like.
But like in my way, you know what I'm saying? Like
If we walked into a party, I would be right next to you. We'd hang out. You would introduce me. People would be like, "Yo, what's up? It's my boyfriend." Like, because
I
if
do
not,
my own thing.
no, I'm saying if no one knew me and I
Okay.
didn't know anybody,
But I always check in.
yeah,
So it's like I guess it's like your style. Like some people, but like I feel like when you're so into PDA, it's kind of like you have to prove a point for other people when this relationship should be intimacy between us. Who the fuck cares about what other people are looking at us as? Because my love for you doesn't have to be broadcasted.
yeah,
If
exactly,
that makes sense.
yeah.
But like it's
But like,
not saying that I'm going to ignore you.
hey, don't. It's my cuddle squishy. I cuddle every night. I love cuddling, and I hate girls that don't like cuddling. But one thing is like, one of my the girl that used to beat me literally like I would
Girls are fucking disgusting.
so I would ride my bike half an hour to her. What?
Girls are disgusting though. Do you know I have never met one girl that wasn't using a guy?
So this girl was cheating on me with her ex-boyfriend first off, and she would lie, and I would ride my bike for 45 minutes to get to her, right? And like see her car not there one time, and she said she was home, and I was like, okay, we'll surprise her. So I rode my bike over there. She's not there, so I decided to park the bike on the side and wait for her to get home, because I knew she was with somebody I knew, and she was with.
There.
No, she pulled up in a car with one of my friends that I knew, and then when she came out of the car, I jumped out. I was like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm here. And then she called the cops and fucking wanted to get a fucking restraining order because thought I was stalking her. She said she was home. She wasn't. So I waited for her to
But
get
you guys
home.
were dating.
Yes.
So how was that stalking you if you were just trying to
Because
spread?
because I was sitting on the side of the house next to the bushes where I put my bike.
But stalking is also like repetitive. It's not just a one-time occurrence. It has to be.
I
it has to
would
be
ride my
like
bike to her house to show her up. She's like, I'm home. I'm like, I would
right.
show up to be romantic.
That's weird. Girls are fucking disgusting
So-
sometimes because they will I have never met one girl who respected a guy enough to like like we were talking about the equality thing, right? If you expect a guy to pay, right? You have to do your part in their woman, like being their woman and giving them the level of respect for them to give you that level of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like if you're purposely using that guy for free meals or free like shit, like, and
Like
giving them the wrong,
girls dating me for drugs and shit, like that.
right. But like,
And then you don't have any, you know what
but
your friends are
they're
done.
fully conscious of not being into you in that way or committed to you in that.
Like guys are the same way.
Yes, they are. But I've seen it becoming a big issue with girls. I have not once met a girl that thought the way I do about, dude, I don't expect a guy to pay the first day. I'm at least going to offer. And if you look, I might not be able to cover a big fancy meal, but I'm not going to expect you to take me on a big fancy date.
See,
To
my way.
And
Let me just say, I am the kind of person that if you expect me to take you out all the fucking time, then you are gonna have to do a lot more. Because I'm the kind of guy that likes to sit in pajamas, cuddling, pizza, movie, or
but
cookie
that's a
dinner.
compromise thing.
Yes, exactly. Like if you want me to go out, you're gonna have to make me want to go out. Like give me a reason. Like if you go out with your girls all the time and get dressed up, and you go out with me and fucking look like shit, it's like how is that like?
Oh, I look like a bum 24/7. I don't put on makeup. I don't do it.
You're pretty.
No, but like this is probably the most dressed up you will ever see me. Period.
See, this is comfy. This is what I like.
But like yeah, like
I like a girl that wakes up, rolls
I'll
over,
go to the
and
bar in pajamas. Like I don't care.
yes. See, I love that. I like a girl who does not care. Why the fuck
Because
care?
why put on a show? It's for me. If I'm not comfortable in the clothes I'm in, then I don't feel good about myself. I feel
Like the girls that wear the tight shoes that hurt their feet all night. They're like, oh, because they're cute. I'm like,
and then you're obsessing over how much your feet hurt the whole day.
yeah. Like you ever see the episode of Friends where she wore the boots and she made Chandler?
I was like, dude, like I can't relate to that shit.
She made him carry her piggyback home on his back because she
I'm
wore.
a huge foodie, right? If I wear a tight shirt, I will be uncomfortable for the entire fucking time because I can't eat my food and just be comfortable. And like, I feel like, I'm conscious of like, oh, now I'm eating a lot, so I'm going to feel bloated and I'm not going to feel good about myself.
You see your little belly and you get all insecure.
But I don't care about the belly. Like, it's just like, I don't feel comfortable putting it out on display. Like, I feel more comfortable in a loose t-shirt and jeans.
You're feeling comfy. Comfy is pretty to me.
But then that makes me feel good about myself and I give more of a nice, like better energy, like giving out so that it attracts more people to have a good time.
Yeah, for example, dude, I met you. I'm literally in pajama pants and a shirt, and we're doing a podcast. Like, I didn't dress
This is
up.
the fanciest you've seen me, right? I never even wear a skirt. This is the first time I've worn a skirt in how long? Like years.
Why?
I just usually not comfortable with it.
Oh, good for you.
But then like I've been into boxers lately, like boxer briefs. So now I
know.
don't even have to worry because I'm wearing boxers. Like what the fuck is?
Yeah, my sister fucking used to only wear boxers all around the house. Like, and then I started doing it, and then I got
don't
older.
work, yeah.
Once I got older, it got weird. Right in front of my mom was like,
So
"Can
like
you not?"
it's like normalizing.
But
Like I guess.
yeah, but when you're a guy and you get older, you know the little, you want to
But
see.
if I don't sexualize you, then what's the point? If I'm not even thinking
no,
about
I'm
it's
talking about my
normal.
parents. My parents didn't like seeing me in my boxers.
My brother is a grown ass man still walking around in his boxers.
I know, but my mom just told me like she doesn't want to see
Okay,
me walking around my boxers.
Right, that's like a mutual respect thing. Then like you respect her like coming to you with that opinion and then you just
I'm like fine, yeah, I'll wear
and then
pajama
it becomes,
pants.
yeah, and becomes normal.
When I go in my room, I take off pants.
Some people are comfortable with different levels and it's just what it is. Like I never wear pants like regardless of who's over, I'm in boxers and a baggy t-shirt.
Dude, I don't care what I'm wearing, but if you're offended, I'll put on clothes. Like, I don't really give a fuck. Like,
but like it's just like mutual like respect of like considering other people how they feel, what they're uncomfortable with, because you don't know what they've experienced to make them feel that way.
yes, but if they don't say anything about it and they just make a problem about it, then that causes you a problem because you don't know the problem and it causes a bigger problem.
You can't expect people to read your mind.
Yeah.
I never, you know how like girls expect like guys to surprise them and shower them with gifts. I'm very particular. I don't like that.
I'm the kind of guy that'll you'll be sleeping and you'll wake up with a random poem for no reason that makes no sense. But
No,
it's cute.
that's nice, but like when it comes to shopping for me, particularly, I'm very particular.
Oh.
I don't like surprises. I will tell you exactly what I want. I'm not a mystery.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
If I want to be taken out, take me out on a date. I feel good about myself. Let's go.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen?
You find it, you know what I like? If you're at the store and you see like a Dragon Ball Z shirt and you pick it up, like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. But like, if you're buying me a present, certain things like I like my electronics, I like my certain things. So if you get something random, it's like, oh, thanks, I'm never gonna use this, but thank you.
Exactly. Right. I'll still be appreciative, but like, especially like, big example is like jewelry.
Yeah.
I am the type of person. If I have jewelry, I'm not an accessorizer. It stays on.
You have your shit
for years.
Yeah.
And it better
This
be
is my chain.
Right. It better be waterproof because it's not coming off and on when I shower and like all that stuff.
This used to not be copper.
And I don't like flashy either.
Yeah.
I like very small, dainty, like
stuff that you
detectable.
Like. Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be like ever in your face, like big diamonds. Like honestly,
you want to look the way you want, but you don't want to be the, oh my God, look at that, look how glorious that woman is. You just want to look like you.
Yeah, and like I love standing out. I'm like a very like extroverted person.
Like for example, when I started my YouTube, I didn't have the chain on and I didn't have the glasses. So one day my mom, my dead grandfather left these glasses to people. No one wanted them. They're $3,000 aviators. Like they're real. And one day she gave them to me. Went in the video, put them on. I was like, okay. And then I threw on a chain. I was like, all right, I got a new persona. It makes me feel good. People talk shit about it. Like, why are you wearing glasses inside? I'm like, first off, fucking light's bright.
Yeah, they don't really like consider like you have probably like studio lights on you or like, you know, like
it's fucking like you can see it. You can see it. It's like, dude, it's a big bright white light.
People are oblivious sometimes. They just only think what they want to think and what they see, and they don't see that anything else could be around.
Yeah, and also they think like, oh, what are you trying? What are you, producer? What do you fucking do? What are you, gangster Becker or something? I'm like, no, this is what I like looking like this in my videos. It's what I came up with. Some people are
flashy though, with the fucking diamond chains, like, and they're like wearing like $20,000 on their neck. Like, see, I don't like the flashy, like when you're trying to prove a point to someone. It's okay if it's your personal taste.
See, this is like you were saying, this is Jelly Roll. He's one of the biggest singers. He's got the hottest wife. Her name's Bunny also. But
you think she's hot?
You should see her body. She's fucking hot. And she's been with him. She got him out of jail, got him a house, and got him started. She's been with him. He got out of jail and he wanted to get his daughter back. And she was like, even if we don't work out, I'm gonna fight for you to get your daughter. Helped him through everything. He's now singing at the Country Music Awards.
Behind every great man is a greater woman.
That's what I need. I'm sick of being a fucking mom.
It's a real thing, but it goes vice versa too.
Yep. I haven't found a girl that needed the support that I give them.
It's not even about you expecting support. If you meet the right person, they will drive you to want bigger things.
Yes.
Things that you didn't think were possible.
I want some, yes, that's what I need.
Dude, who is Will? He needs to meet Will and then meet me.
I know who Will is.
My boyfriend?
Oh, I thought you meant the other Will.
What Will?
Does she know the other Will? Oh, wait.
He's met Will?
Yeah, I know Will.
Oh, you do? That's my boyfriend.
Oh, I don't like it.
He's in jail. Well, you met him at a time he wasn't sober.
No, I've known him for a long time.
Will Walkswender?
I don't know his last name. I just know he's the Will that, he's the only Will that comes here. And I've known him for a long time. Yes. When I was moving in, he was here all the time. I saw him multiple times.
When did you meet him?
I've met him years ago. I've been coming here I've known Cap since I was like 16.
This guy?
Yeah, I know him. He knows me too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was sitting here thinking that you didn't know him.
No, I know everybody that comes here, bro. I've been coming here since since before he went to jail multiple times. And then, you know what was the funniest thing? I went to the jail. Me and my boy went to jail to visit one of our friends. I turned right. I see Cap talking to his mom. I was like, there's no fucking way. I didn't know he was in jail. No one. His mom was alive. She,
Cap's mom.
yeah, she was visiting him in jail, and I was visiting one of my friends because my boy Jeff was bringing me to meet our boy Marquand, who was in jail. And I looked down the table, and it was meeting time for them.
Really?
They were talking. I was like, dude, Cap's right there. No wonder he doesn't answer his phone. Because sometimes he would get hot
I
for a
only
while.
knew Cap since last year, so I have no idea what you're talking
Oh, okay. Well, he got in trouble a bunch of times. He's been in jail. I'm sure you know that. Like he's just getting off probation and shit. Can you do me a favor? The drawer that's right next to your arm. There's a wallet. No other drawer. Should be a wallet right there. I gotta put this card away. I was cutting up the coke with it. Thank you. Yeah. Well,
We could probably go on for days at a time, to
this
be
this
honest
video's
with
already
you.
an hour, 45 minutes. And
But that's only
especially,
the second recording.
yeah, I know the first one was over an hour.
And there was a cutout when we didn't record yet.
Yeah, I know. So, all right. Well, guys, this is the end of part 2. Maybe she'll be back. Who knows? We got to figure out what's
I'm
going on.
coming back. Don't worry.
All right.
I'm coming back.
Is there?
I'm
All
gonna
right.
tell Cap.
Yep, we're going to figure out what's going on right now. And then maybe part 3 tonight. Maybe not. We'll figure it out. Love, peace.